Hey guys, and welcome to the Saturday stream! We are back playing Kerbal Space Program DMP on the multiplayer server! Great Goat on Fire has been asking what is on the menu for today, and I will let you know. First, I want to say hello to another 3 and Z Tech. Been waiting around since before I should have been starting about 5 minutes ago. But as I was saying, welcome to the quantum world where I'm not running late. You guys were early. Honestly. Okay, let's try and hide a few things away from here. If I remember correctly, I could just hit that and make everything go. Yeah, alright. We got Luna, we got Great Goat on Fire, we got Z Tech, another 3. And my plan today is to make a gigantic space hotel. I was kind of hoping that we could get more people online. We all get together, we put some stuff together and make something ridiculous. Hey, Wise, how are you doing? But as shown in the past hour, while I was trying to talk people through the process of getting all the mods together and stuff like that, it's not the easiest process in the world. So I need to try and put something together to aid people through that process. But first, let me show you what is different. Ooh, what's up with my internet there? Red light. Well, anyway, first thing to note, people who are installing the server mods, I have made it a blacklist server, which means the server mods are the minimum you need. You can add things like the flight engineer, docking assist, stuff like that. Add as you see necessary, beautification mods, stuff like that. Just remember, if you put a part on a spaceship that other people do not have, that is not on the blacklist, basically, not on the minimum list, other people won't see it. I also didn't put the DLC stuff on that list. So whilst I do have the DLC stuff, other people don't need to have it to join. Okay, cool. You guys might notice that this is a bit of a weird place. Something's not happening that normally happens. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I like this. The fact that this isn't happening as much as it normally happens, I'm all about that. Some of my mods are broken. Why have my mods broken? What is going on here? That's crazy. Okay, so what should have happened is that everything shouldn't be around the sun. We should have another planet called Kerbal, another sun called Kerbal that we're going around. Wow, this was literally working fine seconds ago. And I was going to go off and we were going to check out other planets, but look, we got like these things over here, starving. There's something called Ventura over here. Now, normally these are all on different things. I really need to go and have a look at my mod list just quickly. Hold on. That's really not doing what I thought it would. Is it you? You are you. Can I show you guys what's going on here? I think that would probably be a better plan rather than just listening to me talk. So welcome to my mod list. Let's move the chat over there. Let's go game data. Now I've been working. Oh, it's such a long load. Don't make me do it again. So, here, Twitchiverse. That needs to go in there. Oh, it's such a long load. Oh, it's such a long load. Alright, well, we're going to have to do it. It's going to have to happen because this is not the situation that we want it in. And that's why it's very... I'm actually surprised because I thought that it would a full-on a break. So, today... Other than watching this load, let's talk about Kepler, shall we? Kepler and... it wasn't Tess. What was the other one that went down today? I've lost the thing that I'm after. Let me just quickly grab some stuff. Oh, so we're not on the right box. There's the right box. I don't know whether that's actually going to do anything now. I've put you... No, that's chat. Wait. There we go. Technical difficulties. All right, cool. Everything's in place. Hit launch. Going by your Windows background, your PC is... Yeah. I'm gonna allow that. So normally, one of the mods can't be found. Oh no! Why is that the case? That is a shame. So yeah, the great Kepler Observatory ran out of fuel. Not so much this week. It was last month. A little disappointing. I'm sure everybody. You can't find the Ventura system. Let's just arrange by my installs and let's have a look. 1.4.2. It's on my thing here. It should be compatible. So you should be able to, yeah, just poked around some links. Literally, I was about to say that to you, Wise, that you should be able to just search up a few things and it'll be cool. And also, what's wrong with my background? You guys not in for fractals with many colours? Fractals and many colours. I love it. I love it. Everyone's like, oh, it's all psychedelic and stuff, and yeah, I suppose the psychedelic term does get applied, but it's also quite intensely mathematical, and that's kind of where I'm coming at it here. You know, yeah, it does look good for other reasons, but you know, it's a wonderful expression of a whole. I hear someone that's taken a lot of illicit drugs. Yeah, but as I was saying, you know, it's all a deep visualization of an expression of a ridiculous function that sometimes disappears off into infinity, but the other times that it doesn't goes up to ridiculous different numbers. It's very good. Hey Zed, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? 6 minutes into the stream, we are watching the load. Hey Baruki, how you doing, my friend? We are back with playing a little bit of Kerbal Space Program multiplayer. Though we need an idea for a mission, guys, because the ideas I've got are kind of for 4 people up, you know, stuff like that. And we need something to do on my own. We could just stare and watch this loading. I would like to, at some point, and I don't know whether this is a possibility or not, but imagine, if you will, that we managed to put a vast number of low-altitude orbiters around Gilly, one of the small ones, one of the small rocks. Hey, there we go, awesome. With something like do you remember the Kerbal Foundry's anti-grav pad? Push pads, right? But you put that pushing up away from the planet. So you have this ring of orbiting debris with push pads on them, right? And then you try and balance something on top of those push pads. Maybe you need like 2 pointing in from opposite directions, so that every time one comes past, it gets pushed up and then pushed down just enough to then the next one come past and push it up. I think that would be great. Thank you for the nice planet. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more glitchy. That's more what we're after. Let's have a look and see what we've got. So this is the beginning of my core collapse globular cluster. I have been working on this for a little while now. Too much time. Too much time. So this is the original sun, if you will. Now, in my original workings, I'd actually managed to get this black, just being a black hole. I thought that would be great to have the whole thing around. Unfortunately, I tried to install Ringworld and I couldn't move it to another planet. It only would go around the ring, the sun. So it put a whole lot of extra stuff on top. And I was like, all right, well, whatever. I'm going to get rid of that. So I got rid of that. And for some reason, I can't make it black again. And I just don't know why. So over here we've got the Oasis system. This is a nice system full of a selection of planets. We're going to go explore those like via explorations if we're going to do this. Over here we've got the Origin system. This is like Kerbal Origins. We've got Harvest and Regina, and over here Sarvin. I think almost all of these are supposed to have Kerbin on them, right? But I'm not that bothered. All I did was move all the extra planets to a new sun, and then kind of just made up the sun. Like here was a red dwarf. I just put a red dwarf in place. So that's nice and good. I should also point out that I did not make any of these planet packs. The links for who did those are in the CCAN file. I should probably put them in the description. If anyone wants to get those together for me, that would be great. Yeah, very important to point out because people get a little confused there sometimes. We've also got something in the actual original Kerbin system. If you've got all these lines, I find it best to just kind of zoom out and look at the orbits, and then everything kind of sorts itself out. This one's actually in the Kerbal system, which is what I've called the new sun that I've created. That's a clone of the sun to put the Kerbal system around. So yeah, nice. Whole bunch of stuff to go and explore there. So maybe we're going to go have a look at this new place. Let's go and build a thing. Now, we've got no... The only problem here is, and some of you might notice that I've put Kerbin side on. Oh, this is also... I thought they fixed this. There's two... Did you guys know there's 2 cameras in Kerbal? Like, I'm currently looking through 2 cameras. There is a camera looking at the distance, and there's a camera looking at the up close. And this is an artifact of that. You also see it around around the water. That's where you see it mostly, is you actually get 2 overlapping water fields. You end up with a little yellow line across your ocean. I think my husband is joking. Yesterday he said that he bought me a new car. He bought a VW Amarok. Tomorrow it will be here, and I believe he isn't it. I'm not sure what the VW Amarok looks like. Hang about, I'm going to quickly search. Pop that up. Oh, let's just pull up a beautiful picture here and show everyone what Luna's talking about. One of these looks great. Hopefully you get this one. Much better colour systems there. Much colour. Okay, cool. Sounds like the name of a demon or a dwarven god. Amarok. It's either a spaceship or a space station, you know. All right, let's get building. We're supposed to be building. We're supposed to be going out and doing some stuff. That's gonna be great. So I would like something from you guys, if you are at all interested in building this core collapse globular cluster. Let's say it right with me. I'm looking for new systems to put around new planets and stuff like that. Unfortunately, like the Galileo planet pack comes with a whole bunch of extra stuff. I need to find people that have not put a lot of work into it. Don't save that, because the ones that put a lot of work into it, it's very hard to move the planet because they've tied a whole lot of stuff into the position, and that's really, really awkward. Okay, let's try and think about a long range. He says it's black. I mean, it's easier for the colouring, right? Like keeping it clean and stuff. Right, what are we doing? Where are we sending people? Let's remember, the first thing we need to think about is how to bring people home. Okay, that's a very important situation. It's one that I almost always overlook. Okay, so that's good. Good start. Good start. Okay, we now also need some sort of pointing control. Yep, and a little bit of RCS. Games Link's making a new mod with planets. Could be fun add-on. Yeah. Maybe the KSP talk in my Discord. That'd be a great place to put these things. Makes it easy to spray the Punisher skull hood. Oh, that would be great. A Punisher skull on the hood. Yeah, that's a good plan, man. That is a good plan. Right, I think we need... Oh, do we want ion engine? No, I mean, we are going out to the mid-solar system, so we want something that is pretty efficient. Let's go... No, I can't use these because they're the new features. I want the 1.2s. I think they are acceptable. If I can, do you ever realise that at some point you just forgot where everything is? There, these are the normal ones, right? No, that's not the normal ones. Is it these? They changed all the skins. This is the problem. They've changed all the skins, and I'm totally lost. Let's go with... Oh, that's sexy. I like that. Let's go for that. We also then want a high efficiency engine. Now, normally, if I was making a big one, I'd put the Wolfhound on here. Can I do this and then go without Shroud? Has anyone modded solar cells into KSP? There is someone who's made a mod that allows you to... Yes, basically, yes. Solar cells have been in for some time. But the problem is, Kerbal doesn't process your position if you're not focused on the ship. You didn't forget where everything is. They just keep on moving it. Well, there is that as well, yeah. Kerbal only focuses on... will only move a ship. Will only change a ship that you're looking at. So, the Interstellar Extended, I did try that, and it had some problems. What was it? I can't remember what the problems are off the top of my head right now, but there were some serious issues with why I couldn't use it. Power. Can anyone remember what the checklist is supposed to be for Kerbal? What are they? Solar batteries. Is this new? Does this come with something else? I haven't seen this before. Let's put these in place, shall we? Yeah, like that. Doesn't really matter if they blow up. Right, so some of you might be wondering, we're playing tomorrow, right? Don't forget to put an announcement. Yeah, in fact, another 3, or ZTech, in fact, you have the power as well. If someone could make that announcement for me, that would be great. Early Explore. Okay, cool. This is just going to be a small, lightweight vessel. Small, lightweight vessel to begin with. Just to go and explore these new places, because I have never seen them, and I would like to go and have a look at them up close. All right, coupling, 1.2. Bam. Okay, well that's a nice craft to go stick on top of a really big rocket. Like a really big rocket. Like really big rocket. Now, structural. I'm going to go with one of these because I know they're in the game, as opposed to these ones, which I think are part of the Making History expansion, which is not great for people. This one I know is good, and it holds fuel. Bam. Okay, cool. How many orange tanks do we want to put on? Obviously, orange tanks are not actually the term anymore until we do that. There's an orange tank. Hello. I reckon 1.5. 1.5 always just seems like the good play there. Maybe a bit of the. Maybe we will have the plumbing down the bottom. Good. 82, right? 82 sounds like a great number of orange tanks to have. Wise, you know what? I think you've won today's stream. This is new. And it is actually new, so I want to avoid. Where is the mainsail? Bam. Brilliant. When in doubt, mainsail. Then we want a bunch of skipper drop tanks, right? Let's do this. We're about to make our first proper major sub-assembly. Proper major. I don't have permission to type in the rules and announce it. Oh, you do not? Okay. Alright, I will correct that because you're definitely one of the people I would like to. Let's go with this. It seems like an appropriate sized solid booster. We're gonna not solid, liquid booster. We're gonna leave that white like that. We're gonna use a mainsail, not mainsail, a skipper, because we got the mainsail as the main drive, of course. Let's go up to about yay. Okay, that's looking pretty good. We need a nose cone of some description, just for looks, more than anything, just for looks, like so. Bam. All right, I like it. And then we'll go for engines. No, fuel tanks is what I actually wanted. I clicked end. I did it right the first time, and then I corrected myself and put myself in the wrong place. Did anybody else just notice that happen? Laugh and point. All right, let's try and get it right. You go from here up and out. Brilliant. I'd also like some struts that do something very, very similar. Let's remember, we do not want a wobbly craft. I mean, like, wobbly craft are alright. They're good fun, I suppose. Hey, Extrude Studios, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good time. We are currently having an explore around the new globular cluster that I'm putting together. I am taking old and possibly obsolete planet packs and putting them using the wonders of Module Manager? Yeah, using the wonders of the Module Manager, spreading them around the system and creating quite a dense little system for ourselves. I have noticed that maybe I'm going to need to spread the system out a little bit more, because as some of the suns and planets whiz around the central black hole that I'm creating, some of the planet orbits intersect each other, which is great for like low energy transfers, not so great for like believability. What's a globular cluster? It's like a mini galaxy. Let's put it that way. So instead of like hundreds upon thousands of millions of stars, there's a couple of thousand, just a couple of thousand stars. They look hazy through a telescope, but you can definitely pull out individual stars. And the one that I'm trying to make is called a core collapse globular cluster, because normally they start off a brightness in the middle, and they're that brightness to about a third of the way out, and then they fade off. But the core collapse one doesn't have that, stays bright in the middle. It's got something in the middle that has pulled all the brightness to the center, and it fades out just all the way. They're my new favourite thing of study. I'm hoping to see one through my telescope at some point, but it is autumn in England, which means we literally never get the weather to go and point a telescope at the sky. I mean, if I want to study clouds, I'm all over that. I mean, I do like clouds. I'm yet to meet anybody in this country that doesn't appreciate a good cloud. Okay, that's pretty good. It's not actually going to do what I think it's going to do, but it's alright. We'll live with it. There's also extra stuff in them. Did I do that? I must have done that. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. What is our current Delta V estimate? Wait, have we got decent staging? Let's get this right. We need to look at the top. We need to go from this one around. So it looks like it has kind of self-ordered for me. That's nice. There. But bam! Okay, great. This is looking good. And we have a Delta V. That's can we have the simplified version, please? Compact. There we go. We've got a Delta V of 8,000. That's pretty good. So tomorrow is the game. Tomorrow is the game. Indeed. For the size of the current rocket, I would suggest using solid rocket boosters. I think that's probably a good idea. We will use these things here. Actually, we very rarely use these hydraulic detachment manifolds. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to say hydraulic detachment manifold? I don't think it's one that I could approach at any greater speed than that. Hydraulic detachment manifold? Hey, I did it! Alright, let's not get excited about me being able to use the language that I was born with. Okay, there we go. Man, you almost all of you out there put me to such great shame. I've literally always been speaking this language. Very bad at speaking any other language beyond asking if they can speak my language, and you guys are here fluently interpreting my rubbish. So well done, guys. I salute you. Okay, something like that. The Archbishop of Canterbury and the Royal Commission for Political Correctness announced today that the climate in the UK should no longer be referred to as English weather, in order to not offend a sizable portion of the UK's population. Be referred to as, oh man. I'm going to stop that conversation right there. Though that is actually pretty punny. It's going to be Muslim weather, partly sunny, but also mostly. And I'm not going to say that last bit, but that's quite witty. Sounds dangerous, but it's not. It sounds like it should be something that someone's going to get offended at, but no, it's all right. Right, one of these manifolds is not the manifold that we want. This one, okay, so let's just pull that down here, move it back up. Nice. Anything we're missing? Lights. I looked via the internet, and indeed there is a moment I can't explain. Oh. He's bought you a terrible car. Oh, I don't know if it's a terrible car. He's bought you a car. Okay, illuminators, very important. Separatrons. Yeah. What do we not want to have the Sepratron, the boosters just slam into the side of my rocket? Is that the way I want? I mean, normally what I would do is put lights pointing up at this rocket. But we're gonna shed most of this fairly quickly. It's gonna be gone. So we'll just have these lights up top here. We've got RCS, but no RCS ports. Aha. You know what? I'm actually gonna move these to the bottom so we can see whatever's going on with the top of the rocket. Might be smart, might not. Who knows? If you know, send your answers on a postcard. Down here, let's go with some anywhere linear placements. Go for a bunch of those. It's 4 of those to turn the nose around, and then I'm going to have the 5 blocks, because it doesn't matter if we're pushing back and forwards from the back, because that's all in line with the center of mass. So it's just the rotation, right? That should work, right? That should work. Do you need landing legs? No, I think we're alright for the moment. I think we're alright. If we do put down, then we've gone well beyond the bounds of our 8,000 Delta V. I don't think we'll be able to come back with 8,000. It's a VW, except for one Fox and the up. No VW is terrible. I don't know. I'm not enough of a car person. All right, let's go and launch this and see why we've gone horrifically wrong. We all know some high temperature explosions are coming. We'll just have to figure out how. More into what a great place to put this. Wait, active body contains the following banned parts. It will be not be shown. Ah, so it's from Kerbal Wait, no. Kerbal Origins is part of the server stuff. Okay, well, let's go and get rid of that. That's not a problem. It's a German car. What do you know? Well, yeah, it's got efficient and hard wearing, right? And other popular stereotypes. Though almost every German I've ever talked to is like, I don't mind that stereotype. I'll run with it. Okay, let's go with that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever met a German that's like, no, I'm an inefficient person. I mean, because I would, like, if I was living in Germany, I would probably be a completely different person for starters. But I'd be like, no, I don't like that. I'm not an efficient person, and I have a good sense of humour. Well, no, that's it. Germans have a good sense of humour. It's just not quite like everybody else's. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can fly. Go. It's good. It's good. We've not immediately exploded. Cold and hard industrial efficiency. That's the one. Are we counting Poland as Germany then? I think another 3 would disagree quite strongly for you. Also, did you know that Poland have just had their German Independence Day? The day they celebrate being independent from Germany. I didn't know that was even a thing. It's one of the wonders of running this channel is I've met so many international people. Do you have any idea of how to make the ISU converter or to more resource? You right click on it and tell it to start. The thing is, you need to be in a good patch. You need to have a drill, obviously. Well, I hope that's obviously. And you need to have the holding tank that you're trying to put it into. You can't just convert straight to thing. And you can't just... You need to have an ore tank as well. This is the thing I struggled was. I was like, well, can't I just drill and convert straight away? Hey, no Septrons needed. Can't I just drill and convert straight away? And the game's like, no, you can't. I was like, oh. Above all, you'd be called Unreich? What? Yeah, more power. That's the other thing with the ISU is more power and many heat fins, many radiators and stuff like that. I was shocked at how much heat the ISRU produced. How to make it convert ore to 20mm ammunition from BDA? I don't at the moment, but I almost guarantee it's just a line of module manager code. And you just try and add the extra resource number to it. Yeah, almost certain about that actually. Having messed around with parts and stuff. So one thing you might notice about the Twitchiverse stuff that I've been telling people to install. Notice how I did not put a weapon manager anywhere on this craft, yet still have access to the weapon manager. Everything that has a cockpit or everything that has like control, if you will, if it has a control module, it will have a weapon manager with it now. I've just included it, like, if you find control, add weapon manager. That's pretty much all I've done. Yeah, module manager is like a super powerful tool. I didn't quite realise how many mods are just module manager lines of code. If it doesn't add a part, and it doesn't add any like major thing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to find that like this is all modular. That would be easier to do it in other bits of code. But you could do also like that. Oh, is it tomorrow? Oh, my bad. Yeah, it's one of the crazy things about like running this channel is all the internationalism that has been thrust in my face. Right? Obviously, you know, I live on a tiny, quite isolationist island off the coast of this like larger, nicer going place, and yeah, so obviously I'm quite shielded by my own media selection from the world around me. I believe this has been something that's going on in my country for at least 400 years. But like meeting other people, talking to them about what's been going on, what they're doing, and stuff like that. Yeah, it's good. I feel my mind expand with almost every conversation I have with people. It's amazing. So thanks, guys. Thanks. Let's burn. All right, we got. Well, I mean, we're still about 20 20 kilometers, that's the phrase I'm looking for, away from Apple Apps here. Let's go and get up there. One thing I didn't install was the mod that tells us when the transfers are good, and it looks like that's a bad transfer. Oh, Elu's around here. Okay, so Elu, it turns out, in almost every planet pack that I've been playing with, Elu gets moved quite a lot. I have to try and decide like how to deal with that. I need to find out how to load my manager right at the end of everything else. I'm not sure if that's a thing. Full of the manure at Namauer. Okay. So that's it. Not only in my country are we so devolved from internationalness, but I don't even know when our national day is. We're not exactly strongly patriotic either. Well, there is a significant core of people that are, but I wouldn't say that's standard. I wouldn't say that's standard even slightly. Okay, so we need to try and transfer our way. I mean, we're not going to transfer to another sun at this point. It's not a chance. Not a chance. What I might do is just pop us out of the Kerbal system and see what we can do. You don't need to let Google remind you. That's cool. That's cool. Well, I mean, I stopped using Google. Ah, no. I turn these off. Every time I turn these off, we're going to end up with hundreds upon thousands. Hundreds upon thousands. I do not want that. Thanks. I have to turn that off every time. Alright, so let's do the thing that I said we were going to do. Let's zoom on in here. Get our... Oh, look. We're going to get quite a nice one. Quite low down to our periaps. Always a good place to leave. I'm trying to look for... There we go, our orbital line. I want to try and leave as parallel to that as possible. Like that, maybe? Yeah, that looks alright. That looks alright. I don't think that's going to put us in exactly the right placement, but it looks good. Looks good. Okay, let's go and do this one. I double pressed. That was good. There needs to be a new button that takes you from this view to sort of right down here. That needs to be a thing. I don't know if that already exists, and I'm just not aware. Hey, Cactus Wise. Nice. Nice. You are 3 years in the future. I wonder how that works. Do we wait 3 years to see if that gets us further closer to the thing? Well, it's not closer to the other planet. It's not like we're actually trying to time anything here. No, I think we'll be alright. Alright, it's nice that Cactus Wise is here. That means that with a little bit of guidance, I can get people in. So I'm going to have to put a video together. Literally, if people can remind me when I finish the stream, I'm going to uninstall everything and do the talk. Do. And you have to press these buttons. What's this? Percentage of what? Percentage of delta V required before... Oh! Wow. We're a little bit... I want to turn that up to 50 at some point. So what's the server setup like? What, this server setup? Not quite sure. Oh no, we've lost a layer. Let's drop those. At the moment, it's sandbox, open world. I meant to put MechJeb on, but I forgot to hand that out with the server files. So today we're not having MechJeb, but I will do, because obviously I want people to join in the building of space hotels and stuff like that, and people are much more likely to do so if they have a way of doing it if they don't know how to dock or things like that. This is why I did the blacklist server rather than the whitelist, so if people want like docking port alignment indicator, they can put that on, because that's just like a client side thing, right? MechJeb is probably going to need server side stuff, unfortunately, else I would have just like quickly done it, as I realised 10 minutes before the stream started. Though I think if you get MechJeb and then MechJeb for all, which puts MechJeb inside the inside the cockpit in the same way that I've got the weapon manager inside the cockpit. That should probably 50. Yeah, that's nice. That should probably sort that out. Did that help you with your questions, Ed? If not, let me know. I will try and answer it again in a better way. I love having like multiple suns around. If that one, so one of those is actually supposed to be a black hole. One, I think it's this one is supposed to be a black hole, and then this one has another planetary system around it. I've got these other systems on the go at the moment. My favourite one is, if we come over to here, the fact that this planet orbit here goes right over the top of the black hole. At some point, we'll put Copernicus, not Copernicus, what's the other one? No, we'll have, at least while it is sandbox like this, we'll have it constantly running. What I am tempted to do, because LMP at the moment doesn't have individual career modes, is start up something where I'm like the head of the space program and I like dish out the contracts to people. Can we get back to where we're going, please? I think that would work. And then obviously I take on a small one myself. Because I would need to do something whilst watching the thing. And then we could like run a space program together. I think that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. This is still not what I want to look. Moho, Eve, Faz. What are you? Where have you come from? I didn't know you existed. What planet pack are you from? You should be around another planet. Alright, there's Gilly. I reckon Gilly is the one we want to try and set up an orbital ring around. I reckon we could do that. Do we have information? No, it's base manager. Let's get rid of that. Information about Gilly. Area mass. I want like... equatorial radius, 13 kilometers. There we go. That's still just a little bit too big. Still just a little bit too big. I want to know whether, like, because each player can do 2.5 kilometer radius, right? That's 5 kilometers around ish. That doesn't quite work because circles. But I reckon we only need like 6 or 7 players to load the entirety of Gilly's equator, and then we can start putting huge structures. Huge structures. Do you have CCAN, ZTech? That is the easiest way. If you have CCAN in KSP Talk, there is a server.ccan file. Use the import option in CCAN after you've told CCAN that you want compatibility with 1.5, 1.4, and 1.3. Might I recommend CCAN? It's literally just an exe. You download it, you run it from anywhere, and it finds your KSP install for you. You can then go file, import CCAN file that I mentioned. If not, there is a list of mods in the KSP talk. Basically, it's my CCAN list, and you'll have to search them up and install. It's literally CKAN. Let me CCAN. Yeah, there we go. Other people have got it. Brilliant. It kind of works like, if you know Unix, the auto installer. What is it? What's the auto install for Unix called? But anyway, yeah, it kind of works like that. It's got a big library of all the mods. It turns out it actually searches GitHub and stuff like that, looking for a certain file. Can I please get back to my ship? Yo, I'm just gonna go back to the Space Center and pick it up that way. Yeah, unfortunately, once you install CCAN and it finds your version of KSP, you need to go into settings and change the compatible versions to 1.3 and forwards, because some of the things, including the DMP, the DMP BD Armory mod, the thing that makes BD Armory work on DMP, that was made like this year, and it says it only supports Kerbal 1.3. It really does. Like, what? that confuses me. So that is the reason why you need to go and tell CCAN what different compatibilities you've got. It's really awkward. I wish they wouldn't. What I'm tempted to do is this sounds like a lot of work, so don't take this as gospel. Is try and take on some of the planet packs, just to update the numbers on them. Just start a fork on GitHub, because I hear that's what you do now. Start a fork on GitHub, and at some point just be like, all right, I am going to support this and say that it works on a higher number of Kerbal version, because they do. They all do. I'm not actually leaving the system here. Yes, I am. Okay, cool. Am I coming back? Am I coming back? I'm not coming back. Okay, so now we need to look for the placement where this gets me to Ventura, because that's where I want to go. That's where I want to go, the new place. Looks to be roughly equatorial. I reckon it's going to be about over there somewhere. We should probably set as target. That'll help. Look at that. That helps a lot. Remember your training. This is how you make it through this. Okay, it's getting closer, but still not great. What is this? How far out am I at this point? Pretty far out. Can I please? Particularly great arrangements here. These lines. These lines. It's because I'm too close in. I need to figure out a way of doing that. So I tried fading them using the module manager, and that kind of had partial success. There we go. Talking of partial success, one orbit later. Come on, work for me, please. Because just begging it like that is definitely how it's going to work. Down this way, other way. Come on, let's go the other way. If we get in the same coplanar alignment, we can then tweak our orbits as we go. I suggest disabling them unless you leave the sphere of influence. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to figure out how. Because at the moment I'm just kind of like changing the stuff that's there, rather than like setting my own parameters for stuff. That is so not fun. I reckon we'll get out there and see what we can do. Let's just do it like this. It's terrible, it's inefficient, it's horrific, but we're going to do it anyway. Yeah, definitely need to figure that out. So, literally, all I've got are... Can I show you guys? I should be able to show you guys. File... Open KSP directory. I do love CCAN. Once you get your head around it, well, it's not even get your head around it. Once someone's explained what all the different buttons do, it's a lot easier for looking at stuff. 101. Hi, welcome back. So in here, literally, I've just got like change the sun, and the way this works is if it's got an @ it means that I'm changing something that's already there. If it doesn't, it means I'm just adding a new thing. Unfortunately, this didn't work. This is all from our... In fact, I need to change a lot of this. That doesn't even exist anymore. Don't save it whilst I'm running the game. That's silly. Let's stop this. But yeah, as you can see, that's the whole stuff. So where are the settings you're supposed to change? Let's do this on stream. So settings, compatible versions, 543. Bam. The only reason you need to do these 543 is because... Look at that. Max KSP version 1.3.1. BD Armory DMP mod. Legit the newest mod on the list. Says it supports the lowest version of Kerbal. But even still, you would need to put the 1.4s for like some of the other things. But that then shows you all this stuff. Once you've got that, you go File, Import from CCAN, and then you're looking for the server.ccan that is in the KSP talk. If you need a rework with that, let me know. I'm just going to move on to my next maneuver in a year's time. Whoop. Do you reckon this would actually work out better on orbit? Oh, it does. Can I have another orbit? Too far. It's getting closer. I reckon we can tweak some of these things and get better. What happens if we kill that one this time? Oh, they are getting closer. Wrong screen, that screen. So, need to install. I'm gonna start writing some stuff down because there are some mods we need to install to make this work. I will obviously just update the server.ccan and then people can install that. OPM's got an error from Elu. That was a must. And then better time warp. I don't know whether that one will actually work, like, regardless of the server settings. Like, if I just installed 12 megabytes a second, what was 12 megabytes a second? Hey, that's pretty good. I would kill for 12 megabytes a second. Oh yeah, it's a better time warp, and we'll start talking parts and stuff. Like, I would like to get some of the colonization mods. I know there's ones where we could like move Kerbals somewhere and keep them living, and stuff like that. And I think that's a little bit more conducive to the like multiplayer aspect of it. So we could go and deliver like food and water and supplies to different bases that we've built on different planets. I'm not sure how that will work on multiplayer though, so we would have to figure that out. Look at all those asteroids being made. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So obviously with the DMP being... not DMP, the BDA, but so many acronyms. With the Bahamut Armory being part of the list... but I'm a robot. Everything I'm going to make is going to be a drone. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, like, have you not? No, you probably haven't. Have you not played Surviving Mars? I mean, the whole of that first part of the game is like robots setting up the place for people, as all robots should. Robots best learn their place. Oh, those babies always coming along and ruin people's day. Yeah, sounds like a plan. It was good to see you. It was good to see you, Luna. It was really good to see you. Wow, so three years of time warp is some time, it turns out. Can I change this en route? Probably, but it's a bit hard to look at. Wait, what? So next. Can we go a little further forwards, thanks? That'd be nice. So why is it now suddenly telling me that it's all wrong? 3.5. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to use this ascending node here. We're going to add maneuver, and we're going to go along the ascending node, because that's always the better way of doing it. It's not always, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It helps. Helps a lot. What also helps a lot is knowing things like Apple apps and how high we're supposed to go. 55, 54. We could probably do a little bit better there. 52. Look at that, and we've got a rendezvous node. How silly do we have to go to make them close enough to touch? It's not that silly. 2.4. What have we got? What have we got? Current stage. 3.8 out of 4. Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. We can do this. I don't know if we're going back. What's the worst pet to have? A cat, dog, or baby? Probably the baby, because all sorts of trouble happens if you kill the baby. If you accidentally, through negligence, I don't know, say let your cat freeze to death on a really cold England winter's night, nobody comes knocking at your door being like, I hear your baby's your cat's dead. Whereas I'm fairly sure they would be like, I hear you killed your baby. Negligence, it's quite the crime. Alright, let's get over there. Let's do this. Let's fly to the other planet. Can we go faster, please, Kerbal? Oh, that's auto warp cancelled. That's no good. And then it takes so long to slow down. Did you see that? Did Did you see that? I mean, I get there's some like physics easing and stuff like that, but wow. Okay, we're just gonna let this roll. We should be almost completely on top of that. It would be nice to, at the same time, start changing the ascending node, which means if we're at the ascending, we need to go down. Hey, Cabastine, how you doing? You mean the cat? Yeah. Just take it behind the shed and pull the trigger. I mean, I've never wanted to kill any of these animals. No one ever wants to kill anything, you know. If you do, you got problems. that's probably not needing to be said, but okay. Is this that's going the wrong way? Literally going the wrong way. Okay, over this way. Nice. So somewhere in the middle of these two should be the ideal bit that I'm looking for. If we can get this ascending node to a relatively low number, we can then just click prograde and watch it bounce back and forth around that. We are going to have a little bit of trouble because obviously, because we're a little bit off of the ascending node, we're never going to get a perfect match. What was that? Do you guys see that meat up there? Okay, that's kind of good. Let's just waste more fuel, shall we? We knew this was going to be the case. Okay, and there's our super high energy intercept. Super high energy. And literally all I'm going to do now is warp up. And see how long it takes before the accumulated problems in the mathematics rob our encounter from us. Why is the download now stopped at 96? I don't know. That's a shame. And once you've done the CCAN, you then need to go and download the Twitchiverse files, which are also to be found in the KSP talk. That's all the files that end up rearranging the place to look a little bit better. Man, need to change stuff. Those lines. So many lines. It's when you can't see the other side of your orbit. Which I don't get because, like, these. I can't see the other side of these orbits now. And they don't make lines cross. Oh, no. So the yellow is what I've selected. That's a little awkward for having this one also be a yellow orbit. We'll have to change that. 97! Woo! So I can only assume one of the planet packs is a little bit chunky. Seriously, this is like top warp. We definitely need better time warp. That is a thing we need there. Time slips away. So are people excited for the next generation of space telescopes coming out? I am. In particular, I'm looking forward to like LISA and stuff like that. Now, obviously, all the electromagnetic telescopes we've got and are failing. Hubble, Kessler, stuff like that. Dawn was the other one that failed. That's a little bit of a shame. Not failed, ran out of propellant, and therefore is just stuck in orbit around Ceres with no way of pointing its antenna back at us, so it can't even like send some data. No doubt we will end up using it as like gravitational. 1.2 megabits per second out of 10 megabits left. That should just be 10 seconds. Almost certain it's not going to be. Yeah, I'm almost certain that, like, Dawn, despite the fact that it's now just a small bit of metal around a rather large bit of rock, it's still going to provide information on what's like inside the rock, because you make your predicted orbit and you see how much it deviates from. And you go, well, obviously it's like heavier on this side than it is on that side, and you go and do a whole bunch of terribly difficult mathematics. And then you find out the density of Ceres, which is great, which is amazing. The fact that we already know it's got like water bits in it and a whole bunch of stuff that shouldn't be there, that should have like formed further out in the solar system. Which, you know, does that mean Ceres migrated in? Does that mean Ceres got hit by a bunch of stuff from out in the deep? Out in the deep? Yeah, a bunch of stuff from out in the deep. Why not? Who knows? Another thing that I've heard of recently, so you guys know Oumuamua. Of course you know Oumuamua. It's the interstellar remnants, right? It's moving at what you might as well call a stationary pace. So obviously, if you take the average speed of all the stars around us, yeah, you get what you could think of as the speed of the galaxy's rotation, right? Well, Oumuamua is moving at exactly that speed. None of the stars move at exactly that speed. So, obviously, it's been out there for so long that, you know, random galactic interactions have brought it to the average speed of the galaxy, which is crazy. That's just... We'll never be able to track it because of that. Never, never, never. Okay, so we need to try and start thinking about how we can get a favourable gravity assist of the moons around Ventura. I think that's a thing we need to be doing. Has made by humans, of course, it's not going to be precise. Yeah, well. Okay, let's have a look over here. Let's see what we got. We are miles out, like miles out. Can I put a add maneuver? Thanks. Something like that. Okay, cool. Let's try and figure out how we can get places. No doubt we're going to have to do some of these. Oh, that's a high intensity burn. Let's just push that. That puts us underneath. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Pull that up. Eventually, yeah, there we go. We're going to start getting gravity assist. Now, which side is it that we need to be to get the correct assistance? Set as target. Oh, look at look how close that is. Just look out. There's no way I'm going to be able to make a burn like precise enough to get these mixed matching up. But that's where we're going. That is where we're going. So I want to come on the inside of the orbit, right? If I want to slow myself down. Yeah, I think that's the way I want to go. Never was very good at these gravity assists. Can we get like really close? No, like really close. Can we nearly touch it? Oh, that was an impact there. Okay, that's quite optimistic. Of course, it's optimistic. I live for optimism. Okay, here we go. Turning around. It's going to be quite the thing. Okay, node in 31 days. We're going to sit here and talk for 31 days? No, I don't think so. I always thought that... so I hear every now and then of like real-time Kerbal games going on out in the universe. I always wondered what it'd be like to play one of those. One of the guys that just don't let time warp exist. Be a thing. Okay. You could probably change the orbit using RCS, and we have RCS. All right, we're gonna make this first 200 burn, and then we'll fine tune it. That's great plans. Great plans. Is that the way I want to do it? Do I want to be on the other side of the planet? Surely, if I come around, and then that kind of pulls me into that. How did you make OBS record UFO text okay? I don't know. I just did it. just did it. 12 days, nice. So, mods that I want to put in for next time. Things like Kerbal attachment system. Got a feeling that's going to be quite useful in our multiplayer base. Though obviously things are going to get shaken up. Are you supposed to come in from that side of the rotation of the planet? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. You mean we should come in from this way? Well, I don't know. That tidies up that orbit pretty quickly. You know, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to take this one. This looks to be alright. Go. Start burning 34 seconds, lol. Should have waited. Where is it now? Okay, here it is now. That's pretty good. Can we get closer without going over? Oh. Oh, that's a shame number 3. Yeah, I'm afraid I actually don't know. I just, as I say, just did it. What is this doing? It's positional changing is getting me. All right, that's really close to an impact. We'll take that. We'll take that. And then we'll do a 28. I hope this hasn't got an atmosphere. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I normally do tests beforehand, and it just worked for me. So obviously it's not very helpful. Can I go back over this way? How do I switch view? I don't want to go through them all. No, I don't want to go through them all. I'm gonna have to go through them all, aren't I? Can I do this? Ah. All right, we'll watch from over here, I suppose. I've tried recording scaled, not scaled. So, yeah, that would have been everything that I would have suggested to do. I can show you my settings. I'll definitely do that for you as soon as I figure out whether we can stop here or not. Oh man, it is a can we stop here or not? I'm gonna go from like back here. Let's walk from here. Head maneuver. Oh, it's a lot. It's many Delta V. Have I crashed it? Hello? Are you guys still here? Has the game crashed? It has. No. Or has it? It's definitely thinking, and it is thinking hard. Yes. I am like totally on edge here. I need to know what's going on. How long do I leave it until I'm like, yes, that is dead? That long. KSP64 is not responding. That makes me sad. That makes me really sad. Why would that be that? 99.9%. Nice. Jeopardy music. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, it was only recently that I found out what the Jeopardy music actually is. Because obviously, like, I understood what Jeopardy was, and sometimes I'd even seen episodes of Jeopardy, but very rare during the thinking time. You know, just people answering the question. Well, posing the question to answer the answer. Okay. The other problem with having all these planet packs is sometimes it does take an awful long time to load, especially if we've been doing stuff. Installing mods, yay! Cannot be launched in Windows music. Ba-da-dum. That's that one, right? So, how do we? All right, let's do this now. Game 1. Hi, welcome to the infinite thing. So normally, I can't show you this. Yeah, can I show? No, I can't show you that without. So over there, mod question mark. Anyway, settings. Hi. You want? Well, I obviously do stream. Good job they hired did that out. That's my whole thing. As you can see, my video bitrate terrible because internet is terrible. Recording with software encoder at different quality in the stream would require extra CPU, and if you stream and record at the same time, okay, well that's cool. I got no problem with that. So those are the ones that I use there. I don't know if any of that helps. But there we go. That's what we got. That's what we got. Make a new one? A new mod? For what? Or just have an extra mod? Just for taking up extra space. I want to get on to making my own planet packs eventually. Not that I know what I would do for it. Like, obviously, we want to. I would like to have a volcanic planet, as we were talking about quite a lot yesterday. Said, "Hey, consistent gamer, how are you doing? Welcome to the game that consistently crashes once an hour," which means we are done with our crashing for today. So that's pretty good. We are currently playing Kerbal Space Program. We are playing multiplayer Kerbal Space Program. We have got our own universe on the go. I'm trying to make a core collapsed globular cluster, which if you're a space nerd, you go, alright, cool. If you're not, you'll be like, what's that? That's also cool. It's just a collection of stars, small collection of stars. People will be like, oh, it's an interstellar mod. It's not really. I mean, like, yeah, but like some of the planet orbits literally intersect each other, where a globular cluster is quite a compact thing. I haven't actually done the maths to figure out. Do you think if you made a frozen planet that it would freeze your spaceship if you landed on it? Yes. What, in Kerbal? No. IRL? Yes. Okay, so the other thing, so you download the Twitchiverse files from KSP Talk. Inside that RAR, or zip, or whatever it is I've put in there, sorry, you've got a folder that is like the release name, and inside that folder there is the Twitchiverse folder. You need to put that in your game data. And then you go server, get all the details of KSP Talk, of course, connect. Nice. I mean, technically you can join without the... look, can we look at Wise without messing him up? Oh, he's 5 years in the future. Zink. I shouldn't have done that. You know why I shouldn't have done that? Because we've got a guy out around another planet. Look at this. Where have you ended up? Oh no, you're good. You're good. All right, fly. That could have been awkward. What's this whole flight engineer business up here? I'm gonna have to try and get rid of that. Right, DMP, close it down. We are flying somewhere at the moment. I will go back to Wise and be like, hey dude, how's it going at some point? But we want to try and get into orbit with this place, right? That's my plan. I don't know whether we're going to be able to get captured here. Turns out that one, no atmosphere. I suppose that makes sense. Can I look at this? Does it have an atmosphere? This also has no atmosphere. Many craters, though. Do you think you can make a commercial plane, make it capable of making it to orbit in KSP? If I can strap rockets to it, yeah, very much. That's the thing with rockets, is they kind of work no matter what the shape of the thing. What is going on? I keep seeing. What? I assume that Wise is not actually here with me. I assume Wise is not actually here with me. Okay, we are going to go just inside here. Warp. Nice, thanks. Nuclear power, lol. I've got a ghost of an image of your ship on my map screen, Wise. It's quite interesting. Oh no! Is it going to do it again? Is there a problem with this planet? It was fine in testing. Don't mess me up today. Why? Literally, it's fine in testing. It just seems to be when I look. Oh, I've expanded all my chit chat though. So yeah, we could definitely fly a commercial. I mean, what's your favourite commercial airplane? Obviously, if we were doing something like the, is it the 767s that are smaller, 757s? The small ones that people are using nowadays. That would probably be pretty simple to put into orbit. If we're talking something like an A330, a little bit more difficult. A nice consistent game. The Concorde also useful. Also useful. The Dreamliner, nice. The 747. I mean, the 747 is a beautiful aircraft, obviously. So it's a little annoying there. All right. Well, while that's doing that, let's go and have a look at different aircraft, shall we? That sounds like a great way to spend some time. Just want to pop that up into the corner whilst Kerbal is loading. Suddenly being told that there are internet issues, but that's definitely Concorde can definitely reach space. That's a strong proclamation. So let's start at 747. This is like the classic Boeing aircraft. Is it actually going to search for me? So, somewhere along my line, this search bar has stopped working. I don't know why. Hey Kerbal, welcome back to the page. Now that I've done that, will you stop hassling me? Yes. Yes, it does. So the only real way that I can tell a 747 from any of the others is this nice little lump on the top here. Supposedly first class and pilots up there. I don't know. I've only ever been in this bottom one. My bitrate was 2,500, yours is 512. Yeah, that's because I can only put 720 out. Like absolute tops. Wow, look at that. Dreamlifter. Is this real? Is this real? I know the Guppy's a thing that exists. Let's have a look. Gup airplane. Now, loads of people have made these in Kerbal. Like look at that. That is such a beast. So there's no reason why one of those other ones couldn't exist. The bulge. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. What other ridiculous airplane types are there? No, the A330, of course, is a thing. But this just looks like any other plane. It doesn't stand out in any way, shape, or form. I don't know what they were doing with this. You know, supposedly it was like a double decker originally, and then it's like no, not anymore. Antonov AN2. Okay, let's try it. Antonov. Oh look, it's right there. Oh, that is a beast. It's one of these ones. Okay, all right, yeah, no, that's cool. I love this like line of landing gear. I'm fairly sure I've seen this type of plane many times before, and we've got some from Wise there. Let's have a look. This is a beast. We should try and make this at some point. Like we could do the fold out landing gear and everything. As a multiplayer, we should try and recreate this shot at some point. Get a couple of people in mix, I don't know, whatever they are, and get one of those flying with a shuttle. Well, it's not a shuttle; it's the Baran or whatever it is. A military A-10 Warthog, maybe. Oh, look at this! Oh, this is a sexy-looking plane here. I've not seen one of these before. No. Well, I mean, you know, things happen. All right, can we get back to this? It's thinking. All right, I'm gonna leave it thinking. Scene monitor. Scene gonna do anything? Oh, that's it. I've black screened my computer somehow. Don't ask me how I've done this. MiG-50, is that what they were in other three? MiG-17. MiG-18! Oh, is this a bit in war? Like actual? That was quite the hang-up. Okay. I have a feeling I know what's crashing it. So I'm not going to go back there. We're just going to leave that Kerbal up there now. Come on, Kerbal, you can do it. So I'm getting red lights from YouTube. I am getting from the tubes. Do you hear me complain about this? I mean, that's a nice way to get some feedback, right? Oh, come on, Kerbal. What is up with you? Oh. Oh, no. You can hit... Oh, but can you see this? Why, Kerbal? Why? I'm getting, like, actual exceptions. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Global Space Program has encountered an error and must close. A crash report has been generated for you. Why? All I want to do is play some nice games with my friends on stream. Any new friends that happen to come up, and you're mumbling word type. Good, good. That's fine. I just want to do some nice stuff with my friend's computer. Why won't you let me do this? And other ridiculous sayings. Okay, I was just having a quick look at some files and stuff, seeing if anything changes there. So why is YouTube still giving me red signals? I think it's just lying to me. Should we try a reload on that screen? So you would have thought after a while these loads would have got quicker, as it's like, oh, the pattern is still in my RAM. Yeah, I'll just grab that out. Cheers. Okay, so let's try and sort out some race routes then. That's probably a much better way of doing this. Hello to the 3 other people that are not in the chat watching this. Hope you're all having a good time out there. Watching some loading screens roll whilst we have a little mental breakdown. I don't know what it is about DNP. Most likely it's not in the RAM, yeah. Ah, juice. Well, it's not juice, it's squash, but that's all good. So I wonder why. I'm going to have to check out that crash report when we get a moment properly. Basically, I'm just going to watch this now. Some good old purging time. You got it, man. Now, we should be able to... So... There's a few places that I want to try and sort out around the KSC. So I want to have somewhere that we can use as like a King of the Hill area, but obviously I don't want them to be able to open up immediately on anyone spawning in. So it needs to be far enough away from the pad that the guns don't immediately fix, which means at least 8 kilometers away. So I will spawn something on the runway, move it off to the side so that other people can still launch their craft, and then take a rover or something on a jolly little journey. I'll make a little plane, make a little jet. Alright, I will have to find out what it is that's causing us some problems. So this bit here, this screen that I am on, is known to take some time, Zed. Has it done it again? Maybe the Earth Nipple as the King of the Hill. Yeah, maybe. There is brown... You don't know what the screen is because you don't see it. I remember that there is something I have changed, isn't there? Game data... Twitchiverse. I was changed the sun. And then this had Ringworld on it. But Ringworld's never been loaded, so there's no reason that that should change even slightly. That's the only thing that's even ish changed. So this is one of my major problems with this. I'm watching you on my PS4 on my phone, but I'll be right back. I'm going to stop typing you, but watch on my PS4. That's cool, man. That's cool. Your food missed you. You're furious. Yeah, I mean, I would be. I would be. To be fair, this is making me quite furious. As I say, I just want to play some games with my long-term buddies and friends now. That's a problem. I should be able to just boot this up. Another thing, me and my friends were talking about, a friend's got this on his PS4. Actually, now that I stop and think about it, that's what he plays on. And we're like, well, why can't we get these to talk to each other? There is no reason, but obviously it's the Sony lockdown. And obviously, trying to get. I like the logo of the Private Division. It's nice, right? It's nice. So Private Division is what Take-Two is the new company Take-Two made to look after all their new acquisitions like Squad and stuff like that. You can think of them as the overseers of the new companies, whereas Take-Two is their overseers. It's always interesting looking at how these now large game companies are arranging themselves now that they've stopped being the new overlords. They've stopped being just game companies and they've started to get the actual corporate about it. Yeah, why can't we get this all on Steam Workshop? I am fully 100% in agreement with you. This is definitely something that should work better. You know. I think there's. I think the problem is probably more something to do with the frequency of which they update their games, right? All the mods break every time. And I should imagine Steam are that's too unstable. Or people at Squad being we're not signing over our rights to Steam, to Valve. I should imagine it's one of those two issues. Or it's something we're trying to keep our indie persona fresh. Alright, have fun with Freddie Mercury, man. I think it's going to be a good film. England in the 70s was interesting. Lots of explosions and gay oppression. The more I hear about, the time before I was born, the more I'm like, no, I do without that, thanks. And tell me afterwards. Nice one, man. Nice one. Okay, do not throw an exception. If you throw an exception now, I'm going to have a hissy fit and we'll go play another game. What format of hissy fit? And there we go. Just that. That's all it took to... it's not even there. It's not, why did that make a difference? It shouldn't have made a difference at all. UFO, guess what? Food is right. Hey, and Z-Tech's there. Nice. Alright, cool. Whew. We're doing stuff. We are doing stuff. You guys see this line around here? That's actually an accretion disk. It thinks that we're around the black hole, but we're not. It's one of the Copernicus bugs. One of the Copernicus bugs. Alright, what did we say we were going to do? 5 minutes before departure. We're going to go look for some raceways. We're going to look for some King of the Hill type areas. Alright. What I want to do is I want to see how long. 1 hour 19. Okay, I am going to move my time forwards. No, not this time. I am going to move my time forwards a little bit. Oh, that was too far. That was too far. Should know better. Should know better. No, we got half an hour yet. We got half an hour yet. So that actually did make it through. Okay. The new trajectory is actually pretty Pretty nice. We're going to leave him chasing around. I don't think going to Ventura is the best idea. Let's see if we can catch up with Kerbin, shall we? Look at these. Already starting to go over the top. How do we disable these? We need to figure out how to turn these off. That's a must. That's a must. All right, look, as we're saying, let's go back to the Space Center. Let's get a jet out. We're going to go get a jet. I presume by Earth Nipple we're talking about this thing over here. So we need somewhere that we can sit, land a jet on nicely, easily. And the other thing, I'm going to take the Ares 4. It's quite a nice little craft. I like it. Oh, they've moved where the canards are and stuff. Well, has this actually had a workover? I think it might have actually had a workover. Alright, let's launch it. The A-10 Warthog. Fingers crossed. Putting a space station in orbit. Yeah, I will help you build a space station. Let's... I first want to see what the quickest route across the Kerbal is. Is it too ridiculously long to consider for a race? That's what I'm wanting to know here. What is the shortest race route? Is the shortest race route just fly to the island airport? Yeah, the shortest race route would be fly to the island airport. Okay, so what's the next one? Jeb Island? Jeb Island is a distance away, and we don't really want it to be just over water, do we? No, just flights just over water are actually pretty bad. Okay, we're going to go for, is it the Christochrome flight? Where we go up and over to make some sort of effort of being faster than the straight line. Alright, yeah, I will definitely put your... I will definitely find a module... what type of docking port are you using on your space station? And then I will make a thing to come join. What's your height? What's your altitude? I suppose they're both the same word. What's your height and altitude? Flickering correction active nearing plane of camera. Really? Okay, they've definitely fixed that flicker rate. They've definitely flicked that. That's good. I like that. I like that. That was horrible. The medium and the small ones. Okay, cool. I like space stations with small docking ports because that means you can make like space bikes. The real question is this going to make it to orbit? No. What we got in the middle here? Aerospike. Pull up, pull up, pull up. I don't think that aerospike's going to get us up to orbit. I mean, my bad flying probably had something to do with that. Is this going to make it up and over? 54. Keep pulling up. Always try to go higher if you can. $70, that's nice. So we should be out of orbit. Let's put it up to 80 and then start pushing forward. Don't hit retrograde. As hilarious as that would be. Let's not do that. Well, the A4 definitely has had a tweak. That was a lot easier to get to orbit than... Well, I don't know if I'm going to get to orbit, but to get to sub-orbit, it's a much quicker flight than normal. Cruising on up. Let's see... Typing in A10 Warthogs to see what it looks like. Oh, it's one of those ones. Alright, yeah. That's a very distinctive looking plane, isn't it? Okay. Forgot to put the lights on. It's alright, we'll look at this like sunlit side from under here. Excuse me. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just about to stop. Go. Literally as simple as that. Parry app's not going up at all, but that's because we just crossed the point. Now we're on our way back down. If I hit stability assist, that should help us somewhat to round this off. So, what modules are you looking for, Zed? We need a docking port. We need the habitation area, maybe a habitation ring, but that takes a little bit of work to do. We need power, science. Just round me off. Let's get it. We're here. That's orbit, baby. Oh, that's orbit, no. That's orbit, baby. And it's on darkness. No parents. It's the first part, so whatever. Okay, cool. I'm gonna bring this around here. I'm gonna see if we can land at the desert airfield. That seems like a very good place actually. Let's maneuver nude there. Bring it down a bit. Do one of these. I think that's probably the flight path we want. Cancel. Are we going to be able to follow this flight path? I don't know. Could spend time with the Kerbal air race. What a great idea. What are we trying to accomplish? Right now, I was just making sure that the A4 was going to be a good one. I was going to have a look at some of these mountains over here, but ZTech has asked me if I want to build a space station with him. And you know what? Yes, I do. This was one of the plans for today. If you check the description, it's actually written down there. And we will try and make a beautiful thing. Oh, look at that. Have I got my... Oh, no, I was about to say, have I got my ambience turned up? But it's not. It's because there's more than one sun. Such blasphemy. More than one sun. Ra would not be pleased. Okay, I reckon we hold ourselves about this height. We're going to try and make our way down to the desert airstrip because I've never flown in there before. I want to turn this one off as well, really. First, I want to just kind of point that way. Give it a bit more oomph, because we don't appear to be over the airfield. And bring her down. It's going to be interesting. I've literally never landed here before. I don't want to bring it down too much because that means that I'm trying to land here. Because obviously the atmosphere will slow you down quite a bit. Right, you shut down engine. These are open and fired. Shut down, yep, okay, cool. To the desert airfield, which is actually just over the road just over the mountain, sorry, from the... So there's the desert airfield. I'm too high, far too high. But just over that side, in that little lit up bit there, I believe is where the desert temple is, the Tutanjebun. Okay, I want to be on surface, and we're going to radial in. Because there's no way that this is going to be bad, right? Not getting enough. Okay, let's retrograde. Too fast. Let's turn this back on. Activate. Go. If we can get this down to 1.5, then we're already at landing speed. We should be able to just like plummet through the atmosphere like a stone. Still very high up. I didn't realise quite how bad that curve was going to be. Oh, I've run out of liquid fuel. Lol. Shut down. Look the way we want to go. Time accelerate until we find some bite in the air. There's some bite in the air. Okay, nice. Do I want to push down? Probably. Let's get deep as quick as possible. More deep is more good. Not normally. Not normally for aircraft is more deep more good. Normally you want to try and like keep yourself in the upper atmosphere as long as possible. But because I've slowed down so much, it's fine. The pointing down wasn't for a burn. The pointing down was only ever to increase maximum surface area in the atmosphere. So, note to future self. Want to land at the desert? You gotta. Oh, we gotta get hot. Want to land at the desert? You gotta pull down early, very early. Turn, turn, turn. I've never noticed this nearly island before. That looks like a good place for King of the Hill. Screenshot span is bound to your... Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Let's have it. No, that's BD Armory. Screenshots. Let's see what Wise is up to, shall we? Darkness. He's up to darkness. Alright, cool. Get rid of the chat. Can we shrink that down? Yes, I can. Alright, cool. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, we just need to find somewhere decent to land. We overshot by that much. It's quite a bit. I mean, that kind of looks better to land on. Just want to get as low as possible now. If we get down nice and low, then we can bleed off as much speed as we need to. Maybe ditch it in the water. Been ages since I've tried to do an airplane landing in the water. That'll be fun. Maybe on that tiny little spit of island there, though, that is far too much underneath us already. But we're going to try. We're going to try. Let's get down nice and low. Nice and low. Skim the surface of the water with our wingtips if possible. How much pull-up angle do you reckon I need? 1 kilometer or 2? Let's try 2 in a bit. Kind of worked. Okay, gear down. Make your bets now. How many parts of this aircraft are going to be left once we've made an emergency landing on a tiny spit of land in the middle of the water? There's the two camera plane thing. Look at it go. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Once you know what it is, it's like, oh yeah, of course. Pulling up, pulling down. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work, guys. It's too bumpy and too small. Moving in at 100 meters per second. Okay, going for that spit of land instead over there. Ooh, ooh. Go just a little bit further. No. A little bit further. Full flare. Full flare. Hey, we put down nicely. Look at that. Beautiful. Is it going to stop enough to let me recover vessel? Nice. Ah, Wise was just about to meet up with me. Sorry, Matt. I'm now going to launch a station module. We're going to find Zed. We're gonna connect up with him. Oh, I had Jeb. Did I have Jeb? I didn't think I had Jeb. Why would I have Jeb? So, space station module. What do we need? We need lights. We need... No, this is an Ares. New. Let's switch to editor. Okay, so I am told we need small couplings to start. Let's go that one. Okay, it's good place. Good place. Then I want a structural, and we're going to go with that. No, that. Yeah, look at that. Immediately onto the large one of those. Nice. And we want something else. What do we want next? Something structural. It's a shame we don't have tweak scale. That'd be pretty nice. Structural tubes and part of the new thing. That's not. Okay. Let's put in a bunch of these fuel tanks. I actually just want 2 if possible. It's not going to let me do it the way I want it, is it? I want like this. No. I want this here. I'm going to put another one on this side, and then I'm going to put like monoprop as the other tanks, if that's at all possible. That's the wrong size. This one. Okay. Let's see what we can get with this. Is it 4 of... Dear squad, this sucks. Like, what have you done here? Why is this... Why are they not the same length? Maybe a battery? Maybe a battery. Battery. Okay. I mean, it's still not quite. Still not quite. Another structural... Did they ever get round to fixing this? No. I do know how to fix it myself, though. Kind of like put one there, put one up there. No? Do you not like that? How about... That's on the other one. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm actually cool with that. You to you. Hey, well, we're at least stuck on 2 sides. If I, no, that one's stuck there. If I take this one, turn it around, do the same thing as what's gone on this side. Like that. Little pin, that's nice. And then this one also is not connected down the bottom there. Okay, so that should then be pretty good, right? It's nice. Have you ever played War Thunder? Actually, no, I've not played War Thunder, but I have played many games like it. I'm not a big fan. It has to be said, not a big fan. I'm a small vacuum instead. No. Because, you know, vacuums, fans, same thing but different direction. No one else with me there. Okay, what should we do instead? Let's get a hitchhiker can on the bottom, but the other way up, and then grab another one of these. I think I've made my module. It's quite well rounded as things go. Obviously, we need things such as... Oh, it needs a control core somewhere along the line, doesn't it? Let's put that on the bottom here. Remote guidance, wrong side. Oh, you know what? You can sit in there. Bam. Okay, cool. And then we'll have another one of those and a docking port. Docking port. I also note that we've got these inflatable airlocks. These are great for just kind of like throwing in the middle here. Unfortunately, where I've got the symmetry off, I need to just kind of work around in circles. Put these in places. Okay, so they're pretty good as well. Am I going to be able to get this in a... Oh. Delete Control-Z. Control-Z. Probably shouldn't say that out loud like that. So we've got a control... we've got RCS but no ports. This is definitely like all-time big problem number one. I keep doing RCS but no ports. Two control units just in case. Redundancy is always good, right? Also balances out the craft. Okay, there we go. So this should now be able to fly where I want it. So let's now get a coupling and the largest fairing plate we've got. No, wrong one. Payload. The largest fairing coupling we've got. 2 and nose cone. Bam. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, now. That was the largest nose cone. Now we'll put some Kerbal tanks underneath it. Ha ha ha. This is such a beast of a machine. And now, like, well, you need to circulate. The orbit of the space station. It still has an engine, but it's run out of power. Power. Oh, good call there. Good call there. let's put some solar panels on this thing, shall we? Electrical 3x2s. That and that. Yeah, works for me. Works for me. And then we're going to also need some of these on the outside of this, because this needs power as well. Then we need big engine. What's the biggest engine we've got? Where's I mean, that's even still too small. Seriously, all of these are too small. What's the cross section of this? Kerbal Rhino. I mean, that's getting better. It's getting better. I believe if we look in the fuel tanks, we got this engine cluster unit. Okay, then we can put the Rhino there. No, that there in the middle. Come on, one of them. And then main sails around the outside. There's no way that's bad, right? Shroud. No. How do I turn this bit off? Don't. Okay. We can move it in like this though and make it all disappear, and it's not really a problem, yeah? Yeah, we'll just say that's not a problem. Looks good. Looks good. 4.534. It's not quite enough. It's not quite enough. I like to have like 6. 6 would be good. So let's go 8 solid boosters. I kind of want to put on this line here. There we go. It's not going to fly right, but that's alright. Somewhere down here, solid boosters. When in doubt, strap fireworks to the outside. It's not that much, but it should get us there. Should get us there. You to that. And then you to there. Okay. Staging is all whack. Big station 1. Oh, it's 2, right? Because we've got number 1 up there. Bam. Alright, save it, launch it. Let's see if we got anyone up there to meet. Last lift of the session. I apologise for the extreme technical difficulties we had halfway through this stream. Managed to keep talking though, so that's alright. Alright, here's the load. It is middle of the night. Was that everything loaded? I think that was everything loading. This DMP is in very much the wrong place. Active vessel contains the following parts that will not be displayed on the server. None. Did anyone see what I put in that was not? It should all be fine. Oh well. Let's get up there and have a look. Zed might not be able to see me. I'm fairly sure that at least the station core parts are all natural part. Ooh, suddenly speed is away. Suddenly speed is away. We've got to keep turning because we're not turning fast enough. It's one of the few times that my solid fuel is legitimately burning out quicker than my liquid. It's not normally the way this works. Should not have launched at night. It does point out to me that my big failing in this is that I forgot to attach any lights. I don't like this. No parts are missing. Why are you telling me that parts are missing? I am not impressed. Not even slightly. It looks like my solids are going to get me all the way up to where I need to be now. Or not. Should know not to declare stuff like that. Should really know. Ah! Size 4 tank. Okay, so everything's not right. Okay. That's not the end of the world. I can meet up and deploy the thing. I do not see Zed. I also need to synchronize. All right, let's put it up in orbit, and we'll synchronize. I don't need this marker here, but we're going to do it anyway. Let's point towards that. 50-50 burn. That sounds good. I can't believe the size 4 stuff is making history. I didn't think this was. I thought this was like standard stuff. How far behind am I? 5? Oh no, 1 day. 1 day. Okay, we can do that. As soon as I put myself in orbit, I will be with you. Gotta look this way. Gotta look this way. Can we kind of warp up here? Thanks. 118 seems like a good height. Start my burn in 3, 2, just go anyway. That's a big old burn. It's alright though. Big old burns are my specialty. Got to come up with a better way of doing this cluster though. There's got to be something else to stick to the outside. And someone just knocked at my door. Hold up a sec, guys. And the burn is gone too far. Oh well. So I managed to leave my keys in Bristol over the last weekend or whatever, and now I have to let people in the front door. I can't just ignore them. Okay, pilot, Z-Strat 1. I don't see us. Oh, flying in safety bubble. What? I don't see you. I don't see you. Is that this? Wave Rider just exploded near me. Okay, that's a thing. That's a thing. All right, what I'm going to do then? What height are you aiming for, Zed? 100, 200, 150? If you could name me a height, I will put this at a height. Get rid of all the stuff that it turns out is not part of normal Kerbal, and then we should be able to see each other. That's my hope. 500 seems a little much. 118. I'll put me at 150. I'll put me at 150. We'll see what goes there. Oh, wrong way, of course. Why would I even think that was right? It's already in orbit. Oh, hello. Okay. Set as target. Bam. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this better. I always like going to Apple apps first, but that's not the easy way. So if you're coplanar to start with, you can just go straight to the Apple apps. But as I'm not, I'm going to use my ascending node here. I'm not going to change my orientation at this point. My what's it called? It's not orientation. Why is that doing such a weird thing there? I want to go up there. I want my Apple apps to line up exactly with that. Okay. The reason being is the further away from the gravity force you are, Oh. Oh, look at that. The further away from the gravity force you are, the easier it is to change your inclination. That's the word I'm looking for. Inclination. So I like to go out as far as possible before doing that. Oh, that's next maneuver. No, lol. Thought I'd already done this. Alright, let's try and sync up if we can. Let's also pop the fairing. Should stop complaining. Oh no, of course, because this is also fairing. Like, there's no way that this needs to be a Making History expansion. Like, it's just a different size. It's just different size. Like, tweak scale could literally take care of this. I do like a wobbly spaceship. I don't like a wobbly spaceship. Wasn't wobbly on the way up here. Wrong one. Hey, let's yeah, let's just deal with that like that, shall we? Should not have popped the fairings. That's what I'm given to understand here. Should not have popped the fairings. Just gonna wait till we're somewhere close. Then I'm going to do this. For those of you that are aware, all I did there was speed up and slow down my my time warp, and that will stick your rotation in place, because Kerbal is a limited game that doesn't run all the numbers at once. Which is just sad if you ask me, you know. Obviously, should really very much be running all the numbers. So from here, we've got like a hell of a maneuver to make. We need to get this being close to 0, which I know is actually when it gets to the middle like that. Look at that, 0. And now we want to do this. Not that way, this way. I'm just going to keep going out and in until we get close to where we're supposed to be with the orbit. I just happen to, for somehow, know that out and in is what I'm after. Faster and inwards. Okay, that close, I can start figuring out what direction I need to fly. I've got 700, it's going to take 400 to do this maneuver. It should be alright, actually. We should be getting close. Should be getting super close. Alright, let's watch this spin round. Hopefully we're not going to pick up too much instability on the way there, because we're just going there, right? Like, look at this. This yaw and pitch that it's doing is not helping. So here we go. Wait for it. Just let it wobble into place, and then there. We'll just hold you there, and away we go to our next maneuver burn. It already says I'm late. Oh well. I'm not that fussed. Okay, got to watch the timer click down. This is the hardest bit. Almost always end up zooming past, and there is a warp to next maneuver node bit, but it's not always the most helpful. Sometimes it overshoots, sometimes it leaves you pointing in the wrong direction. I mean, obviously that is my setup for it, but it feels like it is messing with me. Okay, 2 hours, 1 hour, 1 hour 30, 1 hour 50. No, sorry, other way, 50. Alright, less than a minute to burn. Doesn't tell me how long the burn time's going to be. It's going to be long. It's going to be long. Or not, actually. Are we just... like, we're symmetrical, right? We are definitely symmetrical. Feels symmetrical, the craft. I also feel like I'm having a hard time moving around. little bit not wanting to do this like this with the RCS, but it should be fine. Alright, turn everything off and try this again. Yeah, I'll be alright. It's going to get us close, and the good thing with close is that means we can try planning a rendezvous from there. Alright, let's kill that, see where we're at. Hey, that's pretty close. That is pretty close. How long are we going to have to wait for these to join up, though? A long time by the looks of it. Yes, Warriorcraft. What is your purpose in pointing that out? It doesn't help me point in the right direction, unfortunately. Knowing that that is the bit that's moving doesn't help when you're trying to point. Oh man, this is going to take time, actually. Time. Trying to match up with my good friend ZTEX Orbit. No, we're doing alright there. I thought... What's happened here? Wow, that suspiciously has changed. Okay, well, alright. I'll take that, I suppose. Select target. What is going on here? Alright, fine. We'll take it. We'll take it. I don't mind. Let's move in. Hopefully it's not going to change anymore. Okay, can we do it on this one? No, not that one. Okay, is that a meat? It felt like that was going to be a meat. There. Alright, that's good. That's the meat we want. We're going to take it. Very little oxidizer and fuel left. Thought we were going out further than we were, and then suddenly DMP changed on me. Which is fine. It's no problem. It's no problem. The problem might be the fact that I've not allowed for moving time, and as we have pointed out earlier, this top thing, super shaky. Super shaky. Just carry on spinning around. Right, am I still synced? That's the next question. And synced enough. You were correct first time. You're thinking making a mistake. Oh no! Oh no! This doesn't sound bad. Good. What? What's that one over there? I'm just going to kill that quick. You think I'm making a mistake right now, Zed? Is that what you're saying? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Wow, going backwards. It's not a winner here. I want to get these numbers very small if possible. Check the screenshot. Yeah. I've got a feeling I know what I'm about to see. Yeah, what is up with that? Well, I'm going to see what happens if I meet up with what is being shown here. Because I've literally got nothing else that I can do. That is still miles away. 170 is distance. Still not great. This is where I want to change it from. I mean, there's still distance. $180. Somewhere in here, I'm going to find the one I'm after. There's an 80, 70, 1. You know, coming in at 70, we can then just like stop ourselves and come around and do what we need to do. What's the next maneuver node? That was a bad control, actually. Let's get Oh man, I pressed stop it down. I don't get it sometimes. Turn that off because that's just going to completely shake us out. Well, we'll just see what happens when I turn up at it. Oh, was that it? Was that it? What was that? Okay, we are now loose. Decouple node. Alright, this should stop talking. How is the inflatable airlock part of... What? No! Well, it turns out with that... Can I blow them up? Is that a thing? Can I blow them up? I've done crazier things. No, wrong one. I want to do this one. Can we shake them off? Go on, go away. Be gone with you. No, turns out no, I cannot. All right, we're gonna have to try and figure out how to do this though. Target, anti-target. Alright, well, with that massive disappointment, and also the fact that I'm about to run out of thing. So, I didn't know that these were part of the Making History expansion, which means that most people are not going to be able to see this part. I don't know whether, like, Zed will? But I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to leave this as our next Nexus. The reason that I wanted to use the inflatable docking ports is they... Is it that one? They come further away from the body of the craft, and I thought this would be a good, nice central docking area for people. Turns out that's not the case. But with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me for this adventure, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you next time, where I'm going to sort out all the bugs. I'm going to try my best. And we're going to try and see if we can get some things all together. But I will see you then, when we're going to do that. Bye!